In the small, forgotten village of Renbrook, there was a rumors that parents whispered to their children and teenagers dared not speak of in the daylight. They said the forest that bordered the town was haunted, cursed by an old man who lived in the trees. He wasn't just any man. He was the tree dweller. The villagers knew better than to venture into the woods after dusk. For at midnight, he emerged, his hunger insatiable. It was said that he had once been a hermit, an outcast who took to the trees years ago. The villagers never knew what made him go mad, or what had turned his skin to bark and his eyes to glowing amber. Some believed he had been cursed by the forest itself, while others thought he had made a dark pact. Either way, he was no longer human. The tree dweller would climb down from his hollow in the tallest oak at the stroke of midnight, silently creeping through the village like a shadow. His long fingers, twisted and clawed, would snatch up the stragglers, those who hadn't made it home in time. And if you were unlucky enough to be caught outside after the clock tower tolled 12, you would never be seen again. One autumn night, a young man named Thomas decided he would test the legend. He was new to the village, a curious traveler who had heard the rumors and laughed them off. It was just superstition, he thought. Nothing more. But the villagers warned him, do not stay out after midnight. They told him that the forest wasn't a place to play, that the trees held secrets, and that the tree dweller would find you if you didn't heed the time. Thomas, eager to prove his bravery, ignored their advice. He stayed in the village square, laughing with the locals, knowing the hour was late but feeling no fear. He wasn't the type to believe in ghost stories or old curses. As the clock tower's bell rang 12 times, a cold breeze swept through the square, and a heavy silence fell over the town. Thomas glanced around, expecting the usual nighttime sounds, the rustle of leaves, the distant chirp of crickets. But there was nothing, not even a whisper of wind. That's when he heard it. A creak, a low groan, like a branch swaying under the weight of something too heavy. Slowly, Thomas turned toward the edge of the village, where the trees met the homes. Out of the darkness, a shape appeared. A figure with long limbs, too long for any human, and a body that seemed to ripple like the bark of an ancient tree. Its eyes glowed an unnatural amber, burning like embers in the night. The tree dweller. Frozen in terror, Thomas couldn't move. The creature was upon him in an instant, its mouth opening wide, revealing jagged teeth that dripped with saliva. The scent of decay filled the air as the tree dweller leaned in close, his voice a rasping whisper. You should have gone home. Before Thomas could scream, the tree dweller's claws dug into his chest, tearing into him with a strength no man should possess. He was lifted off the ground, his body limp, his mind screaming. But no sound would escape. The last thing he saw was the gnarled face of the creature, grinning like the twisted bark of the trees that towered over them. The next morning, the villagers found no trace of Thomas. His footprints led to the edge of the forest, and then nothing. Not even a sign that he had ever been there. And so, the legend continued. The tree dweller still roamed the woods, waiting for those who were foolish enough to stay out too late, hungry for the souls of the lost and the unwary. The villagers would tell their children, never be out after midnight. The tree dweller is watching. And to this day, no one dares venture into Renbrook's forest after dark.